Now cheat on your wife with a teenager. Okay, bro. Alright, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. No, not Joe Gatto, bro. Joe Gatto, no, you fumbled. Oh my god, I'm so upset, bro. I'm not gonna lie, 1/4 of the Impractical Jokers is not who I expected to be on the EDP list for 2025. Well, technically not. The girl was 19, so legally speaking, he's not a but it's just borderline there. Just borderline there. How's it going, guys? Peepers. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. How, Joe Gatto? Why? You are a comedy legend, and you fumble it just like that. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this is a video where both sides are technically in the wrong here, because today we have to talk about a person called Juicy B on TikTok, who claims and provides evidence for Joe Gatto her, in which Joe Gatto later responds to and takes accountability for, but we'll get to that later on throughout the video, because my main problem here is, like I said, both sides are in the wrong here. First off, for Joe Gatto, why are you trying to hook up with a 19-year-old? You are like 50. That is ethically wrong in like every way, shape, or form. And as for the victim, we really got to pull out the last clear chance doctrine on this one. This is probably some of the most instigated bullshit I have ever seen in my life, where she goes out of her way to make Joe Gatto look as bad as possible, going as far to the point where people are theorizing that she faked like half of the evidence. While the story itself is definitely true, half of the evidence is not even real, which makes this probably one of the biggest lose-lose dramas on the internet right now, where both sides look pretty stupid in a way. So let's talk about what happened. But before we do that, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because if I hit 172k subscribers by the end of this week, I'll eat the most liked comment. Common tradition on this channel, I'll eat literally anything and everything. So try to surprise me. 172k subscribers by the end of this week. I got y'all. Anyways, now obviously, I just gotta say this real quick. My condolences to the victim. If this all ends up being true, SA is not a laughing matter. It is a very serious subject. So I'm not going to sit here and talk about how, oh, she didn't experience true pain and suffering, because she most likely very did. So obviously, my condolences to the victim. And what Joe Gatto did was very sick. So here's basically what happened. Juicy B decided to drop a video last week. Now, I'm not going to play the video because there's copyrighted music playing in the background, but it's basically a video of her walking through the streets at night with, little did she know that night, after meeting her first celebrity, he would change how she views all famous people for the rest of her life. Basically implying that Joe Gatto SA'd her, and a lot of people felt empathy for her, obviously. But as words started going around and she started posting more about it, it started to get a little sketchy, right? And I feel like this next video backs me up a little here. So once again, it's more copyrighted music, so I'm just gonna mute it. But she provides evidence of how she got in touch with Joe Gatto and started messaging Joe Gatto basically about the show that's up and coming. Now, you might notice something right away, and if you pause this video to read these messages, you might notice something right away. All these messages are like perfectly normal. Going to try to get tickets for your show tonight. Awesome to meet you. For sure, come. It'll be fun. He'll be generous and leave some meet and greet passes under her name, which is kind of generous, right? Especially if you just met the guy. She ended up going to the show and later on actually meeting up with Joe Gatto for the meet and greet. And then she just provides more like perfectly normal messages with Joe Gatto. Girl, you were the one creeping me out, not you flirting with him, LMAO. I don't see anything wrong with his text. Why are you messaging him like that? You instigated it hella. And the entire comment section thinks the exact same way as me, which is right off the bat already a bit of a red flag for this situation. Like I said, I'm not denying that this never happened. The point I'm trying to get at is that both sides are technically in the wrong here. So what the victim claims is Joe Gatto invited her to a hotel room at 2 in the morning at her local time. They got really drunk and he later SA'd her, which right off the bat sparked a lot of plot holes. Because throughout Joe Gatto's career, he has claimed multiple times that he does not drink. His dad died due to alcoholism many decades prior. And because of that trauma, Joe Gatto vowed to not drink ever again. On top of that, he he's a firm believer of you don't need to drink to have fun, which he has stated many times, which I'm not using that as a point against Juicy B, right? Literally anyone can say anything. But it's like, knowing that's Joe Gatto's mindset, just something seems very off about these allegations, in which she later provides a photo, which I'm going to blur out, of her ass, but it is extremely bruised. And over this photo, it has the caption, "Probably going to get taken down, but here's what he did with his teeth." Not defending him, but why were you going to his hotel at 2 a.m.? What did y'all expect, to play Uno? Are we gonna ignore how that looks nothing like teeth marks? I love how she ignores all questions about why she decided to go to a married man's room in early hours of the morning. Very telling. And there still are a fair share of comments siding with her, which obviously they still have every right to. I'm going to be a broken record throughout this video. SA is a very serious topic. It's just that there are a lot of weird things about this entire situation, which is why I'm a firm believer of both sides are wrong in a way. She proceeds to drop multiple videos about her venting and talking about the Joe Gatto situation.
I got assaulted by Joe Gatto, the Impractical Joker. I'm so sorry I was at work and I didn't think that shit was gonna blow up. I've literally been posting about this shit for over a year, and I've been DMing celebrities, other people, like trying to get my story out there.
The fuck you want me to do? Playboy Cardi profile picture, opinion approved. Why you mad at us? We ain't the police. I'm gonna start this out by saying IDGAF about Joe Gatto, and I never cared about Impractical Jokers, but I really think you're lying, girl. The proof you showed isn't really proof, it's just text you showed. Tell the police, not me. Which is another point I want to talk about here. I feel like something that'll always like annoy me in a way is when people just get their priorities wrong in the first place. If you got SA'd, why are you not reporting it to the police? Why is your first priority is going viral on TikTok about it? Like, I hope I don't come off as a dick when I say this, but it's like, go tell the police about this. Start a whole investigation about this, because this is genuinely serious. This is genuinely traumatizing information. If this is legitimate information, he's going to get locked up for it, and karma's going to get the best of him. But I'll never understand people who prioritize going viral on TikTok over informing the authorities about this, because they will take stuff like this very seriously. Now, ever since these TikToks went really viral on TikTok, Joe Gatto himself finally came out about this. He claims that he used poor judgment and as a result has violated the trust of people I love most. But anyone who knows me at all knows full well I wouldn't assault anyone. Working on myself is an ongoing process, and I'm now going to take some time away from the public eye to focus energies where I need to. So Joe Gatto admits to doing the deed with her, if you would, but he claims that he would never assault anyone, which at this point, I'm just very lost with who's in the right here. This is still a very developing story, so we're just gonna have to wait for a conclusion here. For me, personally, I'm just gonna have to fence it here a little bit, because, you know, I'm gonna be a broken record here. Both sides sound like they're in the wrong. First off, Joe Gatto shouldn't be flirting with a 19-year-old and trying to hit with a 19-year-old. But at the same time, Juicy B, from what we could tell, she instigated like a lot of it and provided very, very loose evidence that anything even happened. So I don't know, we're just gonna have to wait for a conclusion here, honestly. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna go now, so see y'all. Boom.